Okay, welcome to the class. This is all level vinyasa. So if in the practices, any moment that you feel like it does not suit your energy, make sure that you take some variations that I'm going to provide, or you can, if none of those suits you, you can just come down to chat pose or lie down on your back. For today's class, we're likely going to use some straps. So if you can find something similar like a scarf or an old t-shirt, which is can do the same thing. And if you tend to need support in certain poses like warrior 3 or even low lunge, things like that, make sure you have something like 2 blocks or maybe 2 water bottles and or 2 big books nearby. And last thing that you might need is a blanket or something similar like a couch pillow. So especially if you have a really thin mat or you have a sensitive knee. Once you gathered everything you need for the practice, let's lie down on your back. And bring the strap if you're going to use one. Bring it by your hand. Just let your limbs sprawling out. Breathe in. Feel the rib cage expanding. And exhale, let everything out. If your mind is still wandering, maybe close your eyes or at least soften your gaze. If you rather keep your eyes open, make sure that your gaze is still on the one spot on the ceiling. And then your natural breath slowing down, especially if you come from a busy place. Let the back of your shoulders be heavy. Your knees naturally fall open. The back of the arms sinking into the space beneath you. Each inhale, expand your low back into the ground. And exhale, pull the navel toward the spine. Continue a couple more rounds on your own. And start paying attention to the start of each inhale until the end of the inhale and the space between the end of inhale and start of exhale. Same attention goes to the start of the exhale all the way to the end of exhale. Notice the space between the end of exhale and the beginning of inhale. And we'll start today's practice with Samavriti, which in Sanskrit means same frustration. We try to match the length of inhale and exhale by adding an account. Let's start with count of 4 and gradually add to 6 or 8, if that's accessible to you. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Continue a couple more rounds on your own. Perhaps your inhale be longer than the count of 4, but see if you can shorten it to match the length of exhale. Oftentimes we tend to have a shorter exhale, which in many cultures represent letting go. Once you feel like you get a hang of it and you like to grow capacity, you can increase the count to 6. Or even 8. Even if your inhale can go to 8 or even 10, but your exhale cannot catch up, make sure that you stay on a lower count. So you're still in the cycle of Samavriti. Finish 2 more rounds on your own. At the bottom for the next exhale, draw your left knee into the chest and roll your left ankle. Switch direction. Flex your right foot. Plug the right heel into the ground so your pelvis is still even though your legs are not in the same level anymore. And bring your hands, interlace your fingertips with the left pinky outside behind the left knee. Draw your left knee into the chest. And exhale, step your left leg, step your left foot toward the sky. Create that resistance between the clasp of your hands and the back of your left leg. In the meantime, press the back of your right leg into the ground. Your scapula is being dragged away from each other. Imagine you're stepping onto the ceiling with the left foot. Option to stay here. Option to, especially if you like to stay in this pose in a more static way. If you have some low back injuries. You can loop a strap around the ball of your left foot and pull that left foot towards your chest. Press the left heel, continue press it toward the sky, and press the left hamstrings away from you. Option to stay here. If you like to add a little bit more admin work, you can grab the back of your left knee with your right hand and grab the back of your left arm shin, which is your left calf with your left hand. And like climbing a tree, walk your right hand on top of your left and perhaps left on top of right. And then walk it down, left hand down, then right hand underneath your left. Walk all the way down, release your shoulders back to the ground. Walk left hand up, right hand up. A couple more rounds on your own. Perfectly fine if you decide to stay on the ground with a strap or without a strap. Last time, both hands up. And exhale, bend your left leg, draw your left knee into the chest. Extend your left leg long, release the strap if you have it. And draw your right knee into the chest. Roll your right ankle. Wake up those joints and switch direction. Collapse your hands behind your right knee with your right pinky outside and kick the right leg straight. Press the right heel toward the sky. Use the resistance between the hands and your right knee that drag away your shoulder blades away from each other. Continue press the left heel into the ground. Maintain the connection between the back of the left leg and the ground. Option to stay here. Option to loop a strap or something similar around the ball of your right foot and kick the right heel back up. Make sure your low back is pressed into the ground. Option to stay here. Option to bring your left hand to behind the right knee. And walk your right hand to your right calf. Walk your left hand on the top of your right hand. Maybe your right hand on the top. And release right hand back down to the right calf. And left hand down. Just like climbing a tree, release your shoulders back to the ground. And we'll come back up again a couple more times. This whole time, continue to press the back of the right leg toward the front of the mat. Last time like this. And bend your right leg into the chest. And release the right leg out. Just shake your legs, shake your arms on the mat. When you're ready, kick both legs toward the sky. And we did the loop of strap on each foot. This time, imagine that we still have the strap on both feet. And clasp your hands with your left pinky outside and bring that clasp behind your head. Open your arms Lower your tailbone toward the ground. Inhale. And exhale, lift your shoulder blades away from the ground. Lift your chest toward the knees. Make sure your elbows are out of your view. Inhale, slowly lower down. And exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Slow with control. Make sure you're pressing your low back into the ground instead of letting it arching up. Last time up. And exhale, release everything down, release your legs down. My bad, I should have mentioned that if you feel like it's too much on your abdominals, you can bend your legs, keeping them on the ground, and simply do some sit-ups. Stretch your hands, your arms above your head, and walk your heels away from you. Once you're ready, bring your legs back. You can keep your legs bent. You can also kick your legs to the sky. And this time when you lift up and exhale, twisting your right elbow to the left side. Inhale, release back down. And exhale, lift up, twisting your left elbow to the right side. And release back down. Let's do 3 times on each side. Last time, bend your legs in, hug your knees into the chest. You can rock side to side. Make some circles on the back. And once you're ready, rock yourself back and forth. Come into seated pose. Extend your right leg long, bend your left knee in. And you can hug your left knee with your right elbow and bring the left hand behind you. Engage through the left shoulder to the back of the space. Flex your right foot. Pull the right hamstrings into the ground. Walk yourself back to front. Both hands grabbing your left foot and kick the left foot to the front. Make sure you keep some mini micro bend in your left legs, especially if you tend to run a lot or walk a lot. Your hamstrings might be really tight. Bend your left leg in, extend your left leg out, draw your right knee in, and hug your right knee with your left elbow, walk your right hand behind you. Gaze through the right shoulder towards the back, and flex your left foot. Press the back of the left leg into the mat. Making sure you're sitting tall, reaching the crown of the head toward the sky. Take one big inhale. And exhale, look further through the right shoulder. Come back to the front. Holding the right foot with both hands. And kick the right leg straight toward the front. Bend your right leg in. Use your hands to support yourself to sit up and fold over the legs Uttanasana. Your hamstrings should be pretty waken up at this point, so you can just experiment on straighten your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands on the shin or on the blocks if you have them. Exhale, fold over the legs. One more time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Empty breath, rise up. Inhale, arms toward the sky. Exhale, into the prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, raise up the prayer. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step left and right into high plank. If you have a wrist injuries, you can lower down your knees. You can also fist your hands or come down to your elbows. In this high plank, press into the heels and into the all corners of your hands. Lift your shoulders away from the wrist. Pull the navel toward the spine and the pubic bone toward the navel. Take a big inhale. Exhale, knees up or down, bend through your elbows. Lower your chest all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift your chest up, hugging your elbows in, Bhujangasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lift the chest up. This time you can straighten both arms. Pull your chest forward, lift your knees up, away from the ground into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, push your tailbones up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press into your palms and press your heels into the ground. Imagine there's an energy in you that's shooting from the crown of the head all the way up to your tailbone, to the sky, which is going to guide your chest towards your thigh bones. Lift up your left leg and step your left foot in between the hands. Lower down your right knee. Find the blocks if you have them. Bring the right hand down on the ground or on the block, depending on the length of your arm, and press your right arm up. If you feel like your right shoulder is too close to your right ear, perhaps move your right hand off from the block. Inhale, reaching through the crown of the head. And exhale, rotate your rib cage toward the sky. Keep hugging both thigh bones toward the center. Next, release your left hand down. Find your hand on the thigh, on the left thigh. Find the blocks if you need them. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Pin your left hip toward the back. Ardha Hamanasana, half split. Inhale, bend into your left leg. Pull your chest forward. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Hugging both thigh bones toward the midline. Last time like this. And this time, option to keep your hand on the blocks. Option to bring your arms by your ears. Flex your left foot. Pull your left toes towards you. Engage the back of your left leg. Press into the left heel and your right knee so you can have a stable foundation. Reaching long through those fingertips if your arms are by your ears. And exhale, release your right hand down on the ground if they're floating. And release your left hand up, float your left hand up. Twisting to the left side. One more big inhale. Exhale, bend into your left leg. Both hands down. Draw your right knee, tap to the back of your left knee, and step it down. Both feet meet at the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold out the legs. Slowly rise up. Exhale, hand to your heart center. Raise your prayer up. Exhale, fold over the legs to Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your right foot and then left. Stay one big inhale in this high plank or any other variation of planks you're doing. Exhale, knees up or down, bend to your elbows. You can come all the way down to your belly, or you can do an inhale, pull your chest forward directly into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, hike your tailbone up into downward facing dog. Press into the palms and press the chest toward the thigh bones. Lift up your right leg and step your right foot in between the hands. Lower down your left knee. Left hand on the ground or on the block, depending on the length of your arm. Extend your right arm up. Keep hugging both thigh bones toward the midline. Inhale, reaching to the crown of the head. Exhale, revolve. Bring your right hand down, climb your hands onto the top of the right thigh. Find the blocks if you know you need them. And also bring your arms by the ears if you feel like you don't need the extra support in the pulse into half split. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Pin your right hip toward the back. Inhale, pull forward into low lunge. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Last time, inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Stay this time. Your hands can be on the ground. Your hands can be floating. Both arms by the ears. And fold your chest toward the right leg. Press into the right heel and pull the right toes towards you. Inhale, breathe into those fingertips. And exhale, release the left hand down and right hand up. Twisting to the right side. Bend into the right leg, both hands down. Lift up your back knee and tap your left knee to behind your right Shiva squat. And step your left foot down to be right next to your right and fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. Hand to heart center by the side to Tadasana. We'll float to a couple more rounds of Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salute B. If you're an experienced practitioner and you have other salute they'd like to practice, please go ahead. Otherwise, sit your hips down. Arms up, spread the ears. Uttanasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your left and right. into high plank. Take a big inhale. Exhale, knees up or down. Bend to your elbows, tucking your elbows in. Inhale, pull into upward facing dog. You can also come all the way down to the belly and come up into Bhujangasana. Exhale, tailbones up into downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left hand. Spin down your right foot. Your right toes about 45 to 60 degrees toward the front. Bend into your left leg. And bring your arms by your ears and come all the way up. Make sure your chest facing forward. And press into the pinky edge of the right foot. Warrior One. Because this is the first one of today, would be a little bit more intentional here in tradition. And right, both hands down, step your left foot back, bend through your elbows, pull into back bend of your choice. Can be Bhujangasana, baby cobra, or can be upward facing dog. And exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right hand, spin down your left heel, arms by the ears, and come all the way up. Press into the pinky edge of the left foot, bend in the right leg. Inhale, reaching through both fingertips. And exhale, both hands down. Step your right foot to the back. Knees up or down, move to a vinyasa. We'll all meet in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And resist the urge of just passing by the posture. See if you can give yourself a moment in this downward facing dog, or any other shape that serves the same purpose. Can be table, child pose. In the bottom of the next exhale, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sit into chair. Lower your hips down, arms by the ears. And exhale all the way up. Hand to heart center. Inhale, sit into chair. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands on the shin. Exhale, step right and left into a high plank. Take a big inhale. Exhale, knees up or down, move to your vinyasa. Inhale, pull into back bend of your choice. Exhale, push your tailbones up into downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left thumb. Spin down your right foot, bend into left leg, both arms by the ears, come all the way up, Warrior One. And both hands down, step left foot back, bend to your inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, push your tailbones up. Step your right foot to your right thumb, spin down your left foot, bend into right leg and come all the way up, arms by the ears. Both hands down. Step your right foot back, move to your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog with 3 to 5 rounds of breath of pause. Give yourself this moment of reflection, rest, or whatever you need in this practice. And see if you can channel the Samavritti breathing qualities that we did at the beginning of the class in your down dog or table or child pose here. The bottom of the next exhale, step by step, a half forward into the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sit into chair. Uttanasana. Exhale, come all the way up into heart center. For one more round, you can go with your own pace. Now I'll be quiet so you can cultivate ownership of your practice. Even if you're not following my cue, make sure you do give yourself that pause in the down dog or table or child pose. As a gesture of resisting to this tendency of always rushing to somewhere. If you haven't arrived to the front of the mat yet, take your time. If you did already, press your palms together in front of your heart. And perhaps close your eyes. Press into the bottoms of your feet. Pull your knees towards your pelvis and hugging both outer hips in, engaging them so you're staying stable even when your eyes are closed. Once you arrive to the front of the mat, if your eyes are closed, slowly blink open your eyes. And shift the weight into your right foot. Remember the feeling that when we were standing on both feet but with our eyes closed, we were hugging in our outer hips. So keep the right outer hip hugging in and draw your left knee into the chest. And interlace your fingertips underneath your left knee with your left pinky outside. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did on our back at the beginning of the practice. Press into the right foot. And extend your left leg long. And bend it back in. And exhale, kick the left foot forward. And last time. And this time, see if you can release the hands. You can even bring your arms by the ears. And bend your left leg. should have mentioned that if you have blocks at the front of the mat, bring the tallest height and kick the left leg all the way to the back into a supported warrior 3. Point your left toes toward the ground so your hips are even and press into the right foot. Step down your left foot lightly. If you have the blocks, your hands can stay on the blocks, bend into the right leg. Press the back of the left leg toward the sky into a runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten both legs, fold of the right leg. Inhale, pull your chest forward. And exhale, fold over the legs, pyramid pose. Last time. Fold over the right leg. If you feel like it's unstable for you to be on the ball of the left foot, you can step your left foot slightly in and press the left heel down into a traditional pyramid pose. And pull your right hip back and your left hip forward so they're even. Bend into the right leg. You might have to step your left foot slightly back and walk your hands to the left side. Parallel your feet and fold over the legs. There might be a tendency of lowering your elbows toward the ground. If you really like to do that, but it's too far away, you can bring the blocks underneath your elbows. But for now, we're focusing more on activating the muscles in our front hips. Bring hands on the hips and slowly rise yourself up. And turn your right foot forward and come up onto the ball of your left foot. Your hands can be on the ground or on the blocks. If you have the blocks, you can turn them to the highest height. Come up back into runner's lunge. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to transition, so you can stay here and watch me do one first. You bring your left knee behind your right knee and kick your left leg forward. Just bring your hips slightly down, flex your left foot, pull your toes towards you. Then straighten your right leg and kick that left foot back again, come back into runner's lunge. We'll do a couple more rounds together. Draw your left knee into the chest and kick the left leg forward. Make sure you flex your left foot. Straighten your right leg and kick that left foot back. Draw your left knee into the chest and kick that left leg forward. Bend it back in, straighten your right leg and lightly step your left foot back. One more time. And this time, bring both hands down, step your right foot back into a high plank. You can move through vinyasa of your choice. You can also directly move into downward facing dog, depending on what your body is calling for. You can also come into a child pose for some rest. Once you're ready, you can step by step or hop forward Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sit into chair. Exhale, come all the way up. Hands to heart center by the side. We'll do it on the other side. Shift weight into your left foot and hugging your left outer hip in. And draw your right knee into the chest. You can interlace your fingers with your right pinky outside. Make sure that you're stepping into the left foot first before you do anything else. Especially if your other side might be slightly stronger than this side, so you might have a tendency of rushing into things without creating a strong foundation first. Once you get comfortable, kick straight that right foot. Bend in. Twice more like that. And last time, kick your right leg straight. Option to release the hands. Option to bring the hands above the head. And bend your right leg in and kick the right leg straight to the back. Hands can be on the ground or on the blocks. Supported warrior three. Pushing the back of the right leg toward the sky. Flex your right foot so your right toes are pointing toward the ground. Even though that means you might have to sacrifice some height of the right leg, but that's to keep your hips even. And lightly step your right foot down. Bend into your left leg. Hands can be on the ground or on the blocks. Inhale, open your chest, spread your collarbones. And exhale, straighten both legs, fold over the left leg. Inhale, bend into left. And exhale, fold over the left leg. Last time like this. Exhale, pyramid pose. You can also step your right foot slightly in if you prefer a traditional pyramid pose. One more big inhale. And exhale, bend into the left leg and walk yourself to the right side of the mat and fold over the leg. Bring the hands to your hips and slowly rise yourself up. And turn your left foot forward and bend into your left leg. You can find the blocks if you know you're going to need them. And draw your right knee into the chest and kick that right foot forward. Flex your right foot. And bend your right leg in, straighten your left leg, and step your right foot back into runner's lunge. That's one round. Draw the right knee into the chest. Kick the right leg forward. Bend your right leg in. And step your right foot back. Open the chest. Let's do twice more. Last time, bring both hands down and step your foot to the back into a high plank. You can move through your vinyasa. You can move into child pose. You can also move into downward facing dog. Listen to your own body. It will guide you into the pose that it needs the most at this moment. In the bottom of the next exhale, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Raise all the way up. Hand to heart center by the side. We'll flow one more round on each side, but with a little bit add on. So bring the weight into the right foot. Draw your left knee into the chest. You can continue clasp your hands underneath your left knee and kick it out straight. You can also grab your left big toe with your right peace fingers and kick it out and open your left foot. You can keep your left hand on your left hips. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, hand to big toe pose. And bend your left leg in and draw your left foot towards the back. Your hands can be prayer in front of your heart, can be on the blocks if you like to still need it in this round. Into Warrior 3. Same as in Supported Warrior 3, press the back of your left leg towards the sky. Imagine you're stomping on the wall behind you with the left heel. And lightly step your left foot down. Both heels down, you can step your left foot slightly in. And turn your pelvis facing forward. Both arms by the ears. And exhale, slowly lower forward. Keep some micro bend in the right leg until both hands down on the ground, pyramid pose. Option to stay here. Option to keep your left hand on the ground or on the block. And open your chest to the right side, right arm toward the sky. Revolve triangle pose. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Reaching long through those right fingertips. And release your right hand down. Bend into your right leg. And walk your hands to the left side. Fold over the legs. Keep some micro bend in both knees in this folding. You can also grab your big toes with your peace fingers and fold over. And because we've been working so much on our hamstrings and our front hip muscles, so you are all set for an inversion if you like to come into handstand or headstand from this folding. If you're upside down, take your time to release down. If your peace finger is grabbing your big toes and folding over, bring your hands on your hips and slowly rise yourself up. Turn your right leg forward. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. So we're gonna continue what we did in last round. You can find the blocks or the books or water bottles that you used for support in last round. You can also press your hand in front of your heart as a prayer. Take a big inhale. Exhale, draw your left knee into the chest. And lower down your hips and kick that left leg forward. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Step your left foot back. Let's do it twice more. Draw your left knee into the chest. And kick the left leg straight. Straighten your right leg. Step left foot back. One last time. Release both hands down. Step your right foot back. Your right quads must be on fire just now. So you can release your knees down, push into child pose. You can also come into other resting pose that you prefer. For some reason, after this, my body is always calling for downward facing dog, which is usually not a rested pose for me at all. The bottom of the next exhale, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Sit into chair Uttanasana. Rise all the way up. Bring the weight into the left foot. Enjoy your right knee up. Clasp your hands with your right pinky outside. You can do the extend of the right leg, but only after you establish a good foundation with your left foot first. You can also grab the right big toe with your left piece fingers, right hand on your right hip, and kick that right leg straight. Depending on your body proportion, sometimes it might never be straight. Might need to keep some micro bend in your right leg, might be a big bend. Perfectly fine. Once you're ready, step your right leg toward the back, lift the back of the right leg toward the sky. Hands can be on the block for warrior 3. You can also bring hands as prayer in front of heart for warrior 3. Point your right toes toward the ground. And release your right foot down. Step your right foot slightly in. Bring your arms by the ears. Reaching up to both fingertips. And exhale slowly, slowly. Release your chest toward the left leg. Keep your right hand on the ground or on the block. Your left hand come onto your left hip first and turn your chest to the left side. Without moving your pelvis, extending your left arm up. Perfect Trikonasana, revolve triangle pose. Keep hugging both outer hips toward the midline. One more big inhale. And exhale, rotate your ribcage toward the left side. Release both hands down. Walk your hands to the right side, parallel your feet, and fold over the legs. Option 2, come into your inversion again. Option 2, walk your hands to your feet and grab the big toes with the peace fingers. No matter if you're floating down or upside down, slowly come out of the pose. Bring your hands on your hips and rise yourself all the way up. Turn your left foot forward. You can find the blocks if you know you need them. Otherwise, bring your hands as prayer in front of your heart. Slightly lean your chest forward and draw your right knee into the chest. And kick your right leg out. Straighten your left leg. And step your right foot back. Draw your right knee in. Kick it out to the front. Flex your right foot. Straighten your left leg. Step your right foot back. Last time. And both hands down, step yourself into a high plank. You can do whatever you need to counter pose what you just did with your left quads. It can be a child pose, it can be a camel pose, a downward facing dog. Once you're ready, whatever way you like to, come to standing at the front of the mat. Take your time to get there. Once you arrive, shift weight into actual demo first. So there's a couple of things that we can do here to conclude our practice today. One thing is Parvata Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, revolved hand to big toe pose. So grab your left big toe with the right peace fingers and extend the left leg out. And extend your left arm toward the back, twisting to the left side. This is one option. Another thing we can do is draw your left knee into the chest. Grab the left foot with both hands and kick that left leg forward and fold your chest towards the knee. Either way, you can also just stay in child pose. It's perfectly fine. Take your time to explore on each side. And make sure you bring yourself close to a wall if you feel like you want to try it, but you need some support. Once you're done with your own experiment, come sit down into Malasana, yoga squat. If this does not suit you, you can slide a block underneath your sit bone. Just keep your ankle underneath your knees. And press your elbows into your thigh bones. And start slowly invite your natural breath coming back into you. slowly blink open your eyes. Remove the block if you're sitting on the block. And see your hips down. If you feel like you missed the fun of revolve hand to big toe pose, come back as we did at the beginning of the class, that draw your left knee in. But instead of doing this and standing, grab your left big toe with your right peace fingers and kick the left leg out. Option to extend your left arm toward the back. You're eventually working on the same part of your body. Bend your left leg in, we'll switch side. Left peace fingers grabbing your right big toe. And kick the right foot forward. Extend your right arm toward the back. Twisting to the right side. And drop your right leg in. Press the bottoms of your feet together, come into Baddha Konasana. Grab the toes with your hands and bend your elbows. Use the elbows, press your knees open and fold over forward. Slowly come back up. And because we've been doing so much forward folding, so let's come back down to on our back. Draw your knees, draw your heels close to your sit bones. Cactus your arms. Option to stay here. Option to lift your pelvis towards the sky into a bridge pose. If you want to open the front of your hips at the end of practice and your chest, but you feel like you do not have energy for active bridge pose, you can slide some books or block underneath your sit bone. Just rest your hips onto the block. Take up a long breath here. Remove the block if you have a block underneath you. And walk your feet as wide as the mat. Keep your arms cactus if you can. And knock your knees together. Simply stay here. Draw your knees to the right side. And hook your right ankle on the top of your left knee. And gaze to the left side. Slowly come back to center. And bring your right foot back down. Knock your knees together. And drop your knees to the left side. Hook your left ankle on the top of the right knee. Your soften gaze to the right side. If it feels awkward to let your knees or your left leg hang there, you can slide the block underneath the knees. Give some extra support. Slowly come back to center. And release both legs and both arms by the side. Just at the beginning of the class, let the back of you sink into the space underneath you. Let your shoulders be heavy, the back of your arms be heavy. You can put something above your pelvis area to be more grounding. Shavasana. If you're not rushing to anywhere after the practice, please feel free to stay wherever you are. Whenever you're ready, wiggle your toes, your fingertips, and gently sway your head side to side. Carefully bend one leg another and roll onto one side. Use a hand to support yourself. Come all the way up to a seat. Perhaps keep your palms facing down or leaving them anywhere that unobstructive and undistracting. Sit tall in between the sky and the space that you're sitting on. And if it resonates with you, gather your hands in front of your heart one last time. Take a big inhale. And exhale, let it out. One more big inhale followed by Om. Om. And slightly bow your head towards your heart. And blink your eyes open.